Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Big Loaf and welcome back to my channel. Seeing how Battlefront 2 has resurfaced again, I thought I'd like to go over and do a tips, tricks, and complete user guide to one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite character, within the entire game, General Grievous. So let's get right into it. So first things first, I would like to talk about General Grievous's base stats. He has a starting HP of 800, he also has 250 health regen, a 130 damage per hit from the front, and 160 damage hit from the back. He swings his lightsaber at 1.7 times per second and has 12 swings of his offensive stamina, but only 10 offensive stamina for lightsaber blocking. His stamina recharge delay is about 2 seconds, and it takes 3 seconds for it to recharge all the way. Now let's talk about some of the abilities, because I would say he has probably the best ability set within the entire game. His first ability is Thrust Surge. With this ability, you lunge forward hitting with all 4 lightsabers, knocking down enemies and dealing 160 damage. His second ability is Unrelenting Advance, kind of like what you see in Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. He ignites 4 lightsabers, deflecting attacks and inflicting 110 damage on anyone who is close to him. Keep in mind, it's only if an enemy is standing right in front of you. If an enemy is standing behind you, they can still attack you, but you do have a 40% damage reduction buff during this ability's duration. His last ability is Claw Rush. In this ability, he scrambles/crawls forward, doing 130 damage per hit and pushing enemies back. It's just like how you saw him crawl over to his TSMEU-6 personal wheel bike in Revenge of the Sith. Now let's continue on with Grievous' star cards because he has some of the best within the entire game. His first star card is called Beating Heart. He has increased maximum health regeneration all the way up to 100. His second star card is called Sith Trained. He deals extra damage with his lightsaber attacks, but they drain 25% more stamina. His third card is called Jedi Killer. You can target enemies further away when using Thrust Surge, and that's up to 50%. His fourth card is called Cowardly Retreat. He has more damage reduction while Claw Rush is active, all the way up to 90%, which is absolutely insane. And I would say the best star card in the entire game, Flesh is Weak. For every 10% health missing, General Grievous gains damage reduction, but his health regeneration speed is halved, and that goes all the way down until he's at 200 HP. His next star card is Momentum. Thrust Surge deals more damage, all the way up to 40 damage. The next card after that is called Ceaseless Assault. General Grievous takes less damage while Unrelenting Advance is active. So this stacks on top of your already 40% damage reduction. So you get 80% damage reduction when using this card. Up next, we have Deadly Slashes. General Grievous inflicts more damage with Unrelenting Advance, up to 40 damage extra. So instead of you doing 110 damage for each hit, you're doing 150 damage. And his last card, probably the second best card that he has, Line Up Weaklings. After one enemy has been hit, General Grievous deals more damage with Claw Rush. This card is actually inaccurate, so as soon as you activate the ability, you already get that 50 damage buff. You don't have to wait to hit an enemy and then you deal that extra 50 damage. It immediately applies as soon as you activate the ability. There are 2 cards that actually go great together. Those 2 cards are Beating Heart and Flesh is Weak. Just as Flesh is Weak was saying, is your health regeneration speed is halved, but if you're using Beating Heart, it negates the negative effect of Flesh is Weak and you still get that damage reduction when you're missing health. This will allow Grievous to basically have a lot more health, a lot more survivability, and a lot more uptime. Now let's go into the best star cards for each game mode. For Supremacy, I would say using either Beating Heart, Sith Trained, Cowardly Retreat, Flesh is Weak, alongside with Beating Heart, and Line Up Weaklings. Those 5 cards are probably the best for Supremacy and Galactic Assault, just because it gives you a lot more survivability, gives you a lot more damage, gives you a lot more uptime. For game modes like HVV, I would say using Beating Heart, Flesh is Weak, and Line Up Weaklings is the best. I have also swapped out Beating Heart with Jedi Killer, so I can use the Thrust Surge from a further distance. You can use Sith Trained, but it doesn't, you can't really see a difference whenever you're hitting lightsaber heroes or other heroes for that matter. For 1v1 situations, I've seen that Beating Heart, Flesh is Weak, and Line Up Weaklings is the best, but I have also seen people run a setup of having Sith Trained, Cowardly Retreat, and Line Up Weaklings, because in pro play, Flesh is Weak is actually banned. You can't use this card. It's just against the rules because it's such an overpowered card. Now let's go in a little bit about how to actually play Grievous. So most people, they'll be blocking, they'll be swinging, they'll do their normal thrust surge, normal claw rush, normal everything, right? But if you really want to get better at playing Grievous, there are 2 little tricks that you need to know, and that will make it so then you will absolutely dominate the field, especially in HVV because it catches everybody off guard. Those 2 things are called bunny hops and reverse thrust surges. So a bunny hop is a tech of when you're blocking, jumping, and doing an aerial attack while you're mid-jump. If you hold down block and you just press the jump button, you'll do a super tiny jump. So if you're holding down block and you press jump, and right at the peak of your jump, you press the attack button, you'll do a super quick hook swing, basically an aerial attack. So if you just combine that into a rhythmic pattern, you can continuously do that B-hop maneuver, and it does the same amount of damage as a normal attack. The best way to pull these off is by dodging and predicting where your enemies are going to go, running just a little bit, and then start B-hopping behind them. That way you get the 160 damage from the back. Now for the reverse thrust surge, it's a little bit more tricky, but I would say roughly on the same scale as B-hops and getting those down. You need to be looking at your enemy and kind of looking at one of their shoulders. It doesn't matter which one. But once you're looking at their shoulders, you want to dash back. As you're in the middle of your dash, click the thrust surge button, and as soon as you click on it, turn 90 degrees to either side or 180 degrees. That way when you use your thrust surge, it's going to launch you behind them and hit through their block, thus knocking them down and doing 160 damage. This maneuver is very complex, and I know that a lot of people aren't going to get this right away, but if you can land those reverse thrust surges, it'll be super easy. Doing a reverse thrust surge, going into a claw rush, and then hitting them 2 times with a bunny hop. Deals a whole lot of damage, and people get really annoyed about it. My favorite thing about Grievous is the fact that when people are playing blaster heroes on the enemy team, you just B-hop them to death. It doesn't matter if they're rolling, like Han Solo's left to roll, it doesn't matter if they're doing any of that. You just go and run up to them or claw rush them, and then just B-hop them to death. They can't do anything about it. You're doing constant damage, and you just win every time. I hope you guys enjoyed this user guide for General Grievous and the tips and tricks that come along with them. If you guys want to see more content like this, please be sure to let me know down in the comment section down below, and I hope to see you guys on the battlefield. Peace out.